I listened to your EP last night, and well, the first question I have is, what the?
Yeah, what the fuck is a pretty good question. Just like a kind of something I can like stomp my feet to, like made me really want to like make that myself and like do that as well. A huge fan of like electronic hardcore and crossbreed. Going from like that to like going to doofs and like parties. It's just like kind of travel Australia and make music with people I meet. There's this one artist I really want to meet up with. Mate Toby has a pretty awesome groove box, and we also have a Korg mini log.
Hello, everybody from Canberra, from Solid Professor Music Studio. We are asking questions as usual. Hello, brother. Please introduce yourself.
My name's Ruben. Fucking, my SoundCloud is Sillyshit, and my more like go-to alias would be Kuhwahjii, or cooked as Kuhwahjii is my Instagram name.
Okay. And tell me, where are you from originally? Canberra?
Well, I was born in Armidale, but I moved to Canberra like when I was like 4 or something. Or no, probably like more like 5 or 6. But yeah, so pretty much a Canberran, hey.
Canberra. And how long have you been? What inspired you to make music? Put it this way.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say, really. Like, a lot of different things. Just, like, growing up, listening to a lot of different music. I remember I was, like, in primary school in, like, year 5, 4, like, showing kids infected mushrooms and being like, what the fuck is this? This is, like, weird music, man. And, yeah, I just, like, I've always been around music. Like, all my friends have been musos. My, like, brother and sister have definitely showed me a lot of music. Just, like, seeing people on stage, like, playing mad metal riffs, and then like going from like that to like going to doofs and like parties. It's just like kind of made me really want to like make that myself and like do that as well.
And how long has it been happening? When did you really start making? When did you make your first track?
First track, well, yeah, the first like thing I released was like 2 years ago. That was just like pretty chill project, just kind of like totally experimenting, doing whatever I want with it, not really trying to meet any kind of, it's a word, like any kind of, yeah, not trying to like match any genre, just like whatever I want. And like before that I'll be jamming, and ever since then I've just been jamming. I haven't really sat down and actually tried to put something together, but just like, playing the synths and like trying to learn how to drum.
I listened to your EP last night, and well, the first question I have is, what the?
A lot of bongs. That was living in pretty glorified, like pretty dingy house. It's just like waking up, having a bunch of cones for breakfast, having some more for lunch, and just kind of like, yeah, I need to make music because I'm not doing anything else with myself. And I like breakcore, so I kind of like pulled a lot of inspiration from like Ruby My Dear and that kind of stuff. So I was kind of trying to match that sound, and yeah, what the fuck is a pretty good question. It also works just as well as an answer. Like.
That's good, man. I gotta say, it's very unique music, and it's one of the wackiest type of music I have ever heard. My favorite track is. Correct me what the correct name of the track, but I think it's something. It's not your family vacation.
Yeah, a vacation not for your family.
And the whole. So can you tell me how did you get inspired to make this music into a EP, into like a project, and what does the name of the project sort of represent, and how did it come about? And you you already told Pri's story, but maybe tell a little bit more.
Yeah, well, so the EP was called "What You Need, Not What You Want." That was kind of me just being a cocky bastard, like just fucking I don't know, like yeah, you guys need to hear some weird shit, like that was kind of the idea behind the name, and then the story of me like putting a kind of project together because like if you listen to it, you'll hear that I've used similar kind of like drum sounds and stuff, so they're like. I guess you could say the theme of that album would be just like like my mental state at the time. It's kind of what like that reflects at least.
Fair enough. And I'm gonna start asking artists in my interviews about their artist names and how it came about. So, on this particular project, you release your tracks as.
Silly shit.
So how did it come about? Tell me why. What does it mean?
Probably just means I'm a bit fucking silly. Like, I don't really want to that kind of music when I'm making stuff like that. If I'm not gonna put like a whole heap of idea into the fact that I actually want people to listen to that, I'm not gonna take it too seriously. It's just silly shit. It's just me playing around.
Cool. And so your other artist name? Can you please repeat it?
Oh yeah, so Kuhwahjii. That's an extension of the acronym Kuhwahjii. Stands for quit your job. It's just something I created, and yeah, it's kind of just like a little, like obviously I have a job, but it's kind of a little thing I live by. Like, don't get stuck into fucking working all your life. Like, quit that. Like, do what you want. Don't worry about, what you've been taught. Just like flow with what you got and like what you want to do, and that's why it's like Kuhwahjii. It kind of like rolls off the tongue, and you'll see it. I don't know. Sometimes I haven't really posted it anywhere, but I do a lot of like typography with that on like Photoshop and Illustrator, where I do these like real flowy like type pieces with it. So that's kind of the idea behind my. It's like if I'm gonna be taking myself a bit more seriously as an artist, I will use that alias.
Fair enough. So you are a music producer, a visual artist, and a DJ. Huh?
Like, I wouldn't really like be comfortable to say I'm a DJ just yet. I'm learning though, so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now with that.
What kind of music genre do you prefer to, to play as a DJ and to make as an artist, not in your Silly Shit project, but I think we kind of have an idea of what kind of music comes under the Silly Shit project.
Yeah, yeah.
But what kind of other music would you like to make in the future?
A huge fan of like electronic hardcore and crossbreed. Also like a bit more of a refined breakcore, because if anyone listens to that, they'll know it's just like playing around. It's not really like you could call it breakcore, but you can call anything breakcore like if you want. But yeah, so really like a lot of the music I kind of veer towards is for like harder electronic, like hardcore and breed, and just anything that like it's just like bass heavy and just like a kind of something I can like stomp my feet to, like something that makes me want to like really really fucking move.
That's cool, man. So, what local artists have you been working with or collaborating in one form or another? And what artists would you like to collaborate in the near future?
Ooh, for local artists, well, so I have live in a share house with my mate Toby. He's also a guitarist for the Wumpers. We have a studio that we share. We do lots of jams together. So I kind of currently am collaborating with him, but he doesn't really have an artist name other than like his band, the Wumpers. So there's that, and then for like local artists I'd like to collaborate with would just be like anyone who wants to really. Like once I get my head a bit more into producing, like get a bit more disciplined in it, I'll definitely start sending a network out, seeing who wants to do stuff. I think Uncle Dunk, know him kind of well. He's pretty cool. He's pretty dope. I like him. Um, yeah, yeah.
Well, that's very cool. So, in term, you said that once I get more into producing, what does it mean? What sort of, how do you produce? What sort of, I don't know, equipment or software do you use for production, or you going to use?
Yeah, so I have a TB3 at the moment. It's just a acid baseline synthesizer. Also, I'm using an Electron Model Samples, which is like a pretty simple groove box. Mate Toby has a pretty awesome groove box, and we also have a Korg mini log, which is great fun to use. And yeah, I really like focusing on hardware. So when I've been trying to make tracks recently, I'll start with a bass line or like a little drum beat I've programmed on my groove box, then I'll put it into Ableton and see where it goes from there.
In terms of this silly shit project, so is there more like another EP coming up anytime soon, or have you been working much on that?
Yeah, I definitely have been have a lot of ideas for it. Have a lot of recorded stuff that I need to use. So I feel like there'll be something coming eventually, but I can't really say for a date or like anything concrete like that.
And is there you would probably be familiar, like, is there much of that kind of music being released or going around?
Um, Not so much in Australia, but there's a lot of like breakcore in Europe. There's a bit of like I know like I think it's Technogenesis in Canberra. He's like a bit more of a like hardcore techno producer. I've like met up with him. He's pretty good to jam with. But yeah, besides like Passenger of Shit and Melt Unit, I can't really think of any other like more like breakcore Australian artists.
So that music genre is breakcore.
Yeah, yeah, that EP I would like put under as breakcore.
Cool. What else coming up for you in terms of music production and in terms of creating visual art? Where do you want to see yourself in the next 2 years, 5 years? What are your plans?
Well, I'm saving up for a van at the moment, so my plan is to get a few more like creative skills under my belt while I'm getting this van sorted. Travel Australia and make music with people I meet. There's this one artist I really want to meet up with, Dark Rose, mad didgeridoo player. I need to try find him somewhere, and really would be hopeful that I can collaborate with him at some point. Really want to kind of merge the like traditional Australian music, so like not Australian, like indigenous music, into dance music and like try and get it out there because people need to hear that. It's an awesome fucking instrument. I love the didgeridoo.
I'm of the same opinion. I think didgeridoo. There have been some uses of didgeridoo in electronic dance music, but I think not enough. And there's more. And I also think that didgeridoo could be used in hip hop more than it has been.
Well, it's just an absolutely booming, resonant bass tone. That's all it really is. It's just fucking great. Like this guy, I've been to a party once where did a set, and it was fucking awesome. It was just him. I think he like beatboxes while he plays the didgeridoo. He's like a mad gangster. Yeah, I used to just like kick it with him when he would busk in Civic, but I think he's up in like near like Gold Coast or something at the moment.
In warmer places.
Yeah. That's where I want to be, man.
So you said you're saving up for the van, and so you're gonna have all your gear in the van and just travel around and make music, play music.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, I'll be a bit more confident as a DJ at that point, so I'll be able to meet people around Australia and just like join in on some parties and yeah, make music like inspired by my surroundings and like my traveling, because like sometimes the best place to record is out in the bush where there's no sound to bounce off, just pure, openness.
That's very cool. Well, I'd like to say to you all the best for your music endeavors. I will keep an eye on you. I look forward to new releases, some more wacky stuff that people obviously need. It's wacky times. Any last words or anything that you wanna say to the viewers? Doesn't have to be about music, just general.
Oh, I don't know, just fucking have fun, I guess. Stay safe out there, guys.
Yeah, guys, stay safe, and if you're bored, check out other interviews on my channel with some cool artists, and there are going to be more interviews coming up. Stay tuned. Thank you, brother, for a very nice and informative interview.
All good, mate. All good.
Cheers. All the best.